Hello, hello. Welcome. What's up? We're doing some Patron deck reviews today. I'm finishing up the ones for April. This is the last. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 remaining for April, and then I'll open the submissions for May and start doing those ones. Yeah, what's up, Junpei? Hello, Molly. Which one is your deck? Which one's your list? April batch cleanup. Yeah, this is just the last week for April. I was gonna do it during the previous stream, but Final Fantasy stuff came out, and I was like, I want to look at those. Yo, what up, Justin? So, as a reminder, for all of the previous ones, the sideboard is cards that I'm suggesting you add. The maybe board is cards that we cut. I will post this link here. Yo, what up, Cannon? I'll post this link here, which is a link to the folder so you can follow along and look at all of the decks. Alright, we're starting right here. Mono White Flicker. Oh, this one? I did this one on the previous stream. Was this one yours? Yeah, I did this one on the last stream, actually. So the VOD for that is up, but we'll do a brief little run through here. I can explain the changes. So you'll notice that there's 8 adds and 5 cuts. That's because you should cut some planes, basically. So the planes getting cut for a Tectonic Edge for some utility, Endless Sands for another blink option, and Ameria the Skyrune. It's a bit of a pricey card. I usually don't like recommending cards that are more than $10, but if you got this many basic planes, Ameria is really good. Yeah, Molly, sorry. Yeah, it was in the last stream, but it's okay. We'll look at it here. And then, as far as cuts, I assumed this was meant to be bracket 2, and then they added Teferi's Pro to the Game Changers list. So I recommended a swap for that if you want to bring this back in line with the bracket 2 requirements. Wall of Mourning I thought was a bit slow, and it is awkward that your commander makes walls. This is a wall. It doesn't actually help with Coven. If this had 1 power, it would actually be like a decent bit better, but it's a little awkward. Surge Party just felt a little slow. Flicker, also its sorcery speed, it's kind of eh. And then Erase seemed really narrow. I felt like you could just broaden your removal a bit. You proxy everything so price is irrelevant. Perfect. Perfect. Then, yes, get the Ameria. So I added in a little, I took a page out of Elk's book for this, and I added in a Thalia's Lancers package. So Thalia's Lancers gets a legendary creature to your hand. You can grab Felia, because it's a legendary flicker engine. You cast that, it flickers the Thalia's Lancers. This then lets you get any legend in your deck, and you can start looping them around. So you can get Elish Nord if you need, you can get Abdel if you need, you can get Loran if you need removal. I think those are all your legends, so I recommended adding another one, Mangara, as more removal if you want. Erase was a last-minute add. Yeah, that makes sense. So instead of Erase, I just recommended Generous Gift. I think that this is meant to be a bracket 2 deck, I assumed, and be like kind of a mid-power casual list. So you might as well just spend a little extra mana on your removal and just get that flexibility. And then Dull Shops. Oh, I think chat is blocking this. I think I'm blocking this. I'll just pull it up here. It's a Doll Maker's Shop. I'll zoom in here. Basically, whenever a non-toy attacks, you make a 1/1, but also it lets you have creatures get base power toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So you can play it as like a big finisher, because I feel like these blink decks sometimes have issues with finishing games. Oh, it's meant to be bracket 3? Oh, then I guess you can keep the Teferi's Pro. Then yeah, maybe keep the T Pro and cut like a... I mean, Glimmerpoint Stag is a little... At the beginning of the next end step, it's 4 mana. It's like a 4 mana Flicker Wisp. Maybe we go down 1 more of those effects for the T Pro if you want to keep that in. I see. But yeah, those are the changes. So that's kind of like what one of these looks like. I talked a lot more about this deck in the previous VOD, Molly. If you can't find it, ping me on Discord and I'll link it to you. Let's move on to the list for today. So I haven't looked at these ahead of time. So as of, I'm going into these blind as well, chat. Okay, so next is a Flathus Shadowcat Familiar. Oh no, Falthus. My goodness, my dyslexic brain. It gives your commanders Menace and Death Touch. And then Toggo makes these rock tokens when a land enters. Rocks have equip, pay 1, tap, sack the rock. The creature deals damage to the target, not the rock. Exactly, Beans. It's because it lets the... With this, it gives both your commanders Death Touch. You can both give them rocks, and then they just instantly kill things. So this is like a Rakdos control shell. You got removal in the command zone. It's pretty powerful. This is actually a really strong engine. Real quick, before I forget, I want to thank everybody who subscribed on Twitch. I didn't have notifications turned on for that, so I totally missed it. Thank you for doing that in the previous stream. I really appreciate it. Blind leading the blind, we'll figure it out together. Yeah, exactly. We're both looking at these lists for the first time. Anyway, so we have some interesting stuff. I love Inspiring Statuary in here. It lets you tap the rocks for mana effectively. We are playing some like burn and damage doubling like type effects. You can throw the rocks at your Brash Taunter if you really wanted. That's kind of funny. Not that that's relevant. Mirkwood Bats lets you sack the tokens for more value. You can ping your opponent's face, and then because it's 2 damage per, you can get mana from Niheb. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Reckless Fireweaver as like a finisher. This is cool. This is a really cool list. I actually like it a lot. And the problem is, immediately, is this list looks pretty good. Goblin Pets the Kitty, yeah. The problem is immediately this deck actually looks really good, which makes me struggle to find cuts already. 40 lands, I love this. Heavy amount of lands. Our curve is a bit high. 3.6 average mana value. I'm wondering if we need both damage doublers. How many damage doublers do we need? City on Fire, Emancipation, big rocks. Yeah, I know, right? They make the rocks do so much damage and let you finish the game. There and back again, Wound Reflection. Man, there and back again, it's like so slow, but when you hit that third one and make 14 tokens, just like blow someone up with a Reckless Fireweaver, that's pretty fun. Damn, this is tricky. All right, let's look at the sorceries. Hit the Mother Load, Nominal Creativity, Hell to Pay, Demonic Council, Brass's Bounty, Blood Money, Blast Act, Beseech the Mirror, Rise of the Dark Realms. Stone Rain for flavor is very funny. I wonder if Michael said the Wellspring is like a little bit on the slow side. It grabs a basic to hand, kind of eh. One thing to add that might not be in here for budget reasons is more fetches. Like we're missing, what's the one that grabs basics, chat? Prismatic Vista, right? Man, this card's so expensive. Prismatic Vista is so expensive. This needs a reprint, but you know, this would be an addition. The more fetches you have, definitely do improve this list slightly. You just get a couple extra rocks here and there. Shrapnel Blast, only 5 damage to a creature. Actually, this feels a bit redundant. The thing is, this is good for sacrificing rocks to deal 5 damage to something. But, like, you know, if your commander's in play, it already kills stuff anyway. So it feels not necessary to deal 5 damage. Sacked Passage. Fetch is better than any utility island. I mean, honestly, yeah, I see you have Bloodstained Mire, but, like, in reality, yeah, you do want Polluted Delta. Polluted Delta. Can I do all of them off the top of my head here? Scalding. Tarn. Oh, here's a real challenge. What are the other ones? Arid, Mesa. Wooded Foothills. Oh, Verdant Catacomb. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh no, I need the black-white one. Marsh Flats. Okay, hang on. I swear I didn't look at chat. I see that you put Marsh Flats, but I swear I didn't look at chat. I got them all off the top of my head. Is there a Rakdos cranial plating? Works well with the rocks. Ooh, also regular cranial plating is kind of neat. Cranial plating, and yeah, what is that? It has living weapon? And it is a black-red card, right? Cranial Ram. Oh, is that it? Cranial Ram. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so Cranial Ram is really sweet in this deck. It's just super dangerous, which is kind of awesome. It just becomes like a dude. I also really like Cranial Plating because you can attack with, 3 creatures, and this activated ability of I'm in the way. I'm blocking the card. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more. For Cranial Plating, the activated ability is... I need to move chat. I'm sorry, chat. I'm going to move you guys. Get out of here. I need to move me, too. Scooching down over here. For Cranial Plating, this activated ability is instant speed. The equip is not instant speed, but this is. So you can attack with 3 creatures. If they only have 2, you can go, okay, instant speed, move the Cranial Plating to the unblocked creature, nuke somebody. Batterbones might work? I don't know what that is. Batterbones. That was Batterbone. Living Weapon, it gets +1/+1 Vigilance and Lifelink. It's actually not that bad because it's like a 2-drop. Equip 5 is so rough if the creature dies, but yeah. Oh, this is your deck. Oh, hello. What's up? You're in TTS playing this deck right now? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah, this deck looks really sweet, honestly. I'm just wondering if we want... So I understand that there is like a bit of a Group Slug sub-theme with like the Spell Shock and the Wound Reflection, Theater of Horrors. I think Harsh Mentor might be a little too niche. I think it's too unlikely and casually to do something. Imscure would be a good card draw with the rocks. Oh man, Imscure's an awesome choice, yeah. Imscure. Is Myriad Landscape in the deck? I think... No, it's not. This is actually not a bad Myriad Landscape deck. That card is really slow. Oops. Let me snag your iPod and throw the headphones in. I also had a Toggo Kesket deck a while ago, which was really sweet. Toggo Kesket's really fun. You just get like crazy card advantage in the command zone. I'm worried Clan Stoker is also like way too slow as ramp. Razor Needlehead's like okay. Just think of the rock potential, yeah. Servant of the Stinger, Death Touch, whenever it deals common damage to a player. If you committed a crime this turn, very easy to do in this deck. You may search a library for a card, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Man, do people just let this thing through, or do they just chump it? Oh, you use it as a station deck? That's cool. Teapot Slinger. Menace, whenever you expend 4, Teapot Slinger deals 2 damage to each opponent. This feels like too slow as well. I think you're not killing anyone with this thing. It's only 2 damage like a turn, maybe a full turn cycle if you have 12 mana. So the Animus is probably better than Staff. Sort of the Animus, sorry, for this list, instead of... Usually remove blockers with Toggo using Servant of the Stinger. Oh, right, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess you're good at moving blockers out of the way. Twin Flame Tyrant. This is just a damage doubler, right? Yeah. Return of the Favor is good. Imp's Mischief, good. Electro Dominance is great in this list. Chef's Kiss is funny. Bottle Cap Blast, Improvise. Bottle Cap Blast deals 5 damage to any target. If excess damage was this way, create that many tap charge. Interesting. You added comments on the bottom of the deck in Moxfield. Oh, I'll have to check those out, okay. Does he have Aura? Do any of the pingers that trigger... Do they have... Yeah, they have the pingers that trigger when artifacts enter. So we got Fireweaver's in here, and the Artillerist is in here. Let's see what we're cutting here. Let's see what we're cutting. Teapot, Shrapnel Blast, Wellspring, Clan Stoker, Harsh Mentor. I kind of like cutting all these. They all seem pretty slow. All right, ignoring all the fetches and land crap. What are we adding? Imscure Iron Eater. Yeah, this card's crazy. Cranial Ram. I actually really like this as a finisher. I think it's like super dangerous in this deck because you can clear blockers out so efficiently. I think Cranial Ram just kills somebody. Cranial Plating also, I think, just kills people. Batterbone is kind of not bad. I like the lifelink in here for a... I know it doesn't work with... Oh, no, you don't have the card I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, I like the lifelink in decks that play stuff like Spell Shock. It lets you break parity with that. Yeah, Mirkwood Bats is also in here, which is super good in this deck. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 adds, 5 cuts. What's another good ad? Somebody mentioned Wild Ricochet. I do really like Wild Ricochet. I think that card is awesome. Is it a Chainsaw deck? Maybe. When it enters, deal 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. Whenever one or more creatures die, put a rev counter on this. Equip creatures plus X plus O, X number of rev counters on it? Maybe. Is this a Chainsaw deck? Is Dowsing Device in the deck? Oh, Dowsing Device is pretty good, and I think it's not in here. I think I like that over Chainsaw. Dowsing. So Dowsing Device is this weird card. It's a 2-mana artifact. Whenever Dowsing Device or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, 1 target creature gets +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. Then transform it if you control 4 or more artifacts, which is like trivial in this list. And it also it gives haste to something, which is kind of cool. And then the other side is a land that lets you pay. It adds a red, which is nice, or 2 in a red. Tap until end of turn, target creature gains haste and plus X plus O, X the number of artifacts you control. Activate only as a sorcery. This does let you just like nuke people, surprisingly, you know? Like if there's a board wipe and you have this in play and like a bunch of random artifacts, you go, alright, play this, boom. Yo, what up, Legacy Warfare? Dreadhorde Butcher Fit? So that's the Rakdos card, right? Haste, whenever deals combat damage to a player, put a counter on it. No. It has to deal combat damage. Transforming it does not trigger landfall, but I think there are no landfall synergies, so I don't think that matters. How about Bloodchief Ascension to go with the group slug package? It is really easy to trigger the quest counter, isn't it? Man, this card's like over $10. It sucks. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if this has 3 or more, it drains them for 2. Maybe. It's kind of an artifact sack and burn deck. I mean, the rock tokens sacrifice themselves, so it doesn't actually need sacrifice outlets. Maybe this is just worse than Bloodchief Ascension. Okay, I think I like these changes. Honestly, this deck is like pretty good as is. Like, it's a very well put together list, I think. So yeah, I mean, like, obviously this is like, if it's out of budget, totally ignore it, or if you just are not interested. To optimize the list, you do want every single fetchable card, but ignoring that, I think just some like better finishers. The problem with the group slug decks is you end up being public enemy number 1 really, really quickly. So having ways to like finish the game out faster is going to be way more relevant in a deck like this. You could Call the Ring for Palantir of Orthic. Oh, okay. I'm still not sold on that card, but maybe I'm wrong about Palantir. Rebel Salvo? Is that the Pauper card? Is that card I'm thinking of? Oops. No, I'm thinking of Makeshift Munitions. It's okay. The answer could easily still be not good enough, but there's at least 6 things powering up Teapot Slinger to be more than 2. I know, but like, it's still just not that good of a finisher. You have to like spend the mana and have the things, and if you have things to spend mana on, aren't your things already doing damage and winning you progressively through this game? You know what I'm saying? Is Prisoner's Dilemma in the list? No, it's not, although it would be funny. That's the orb that does your taxes, yeah. It's fun in big spell decks, yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next list. This list was really awesome. I'm a big fan of this. Next we got a Marin list. Marin is such a classic commander, you know? So this appears to be a reanimator list. We got Victimize, we got Reanimate, we got Living Death, we got... I mean, Rise of the Dark Realms is not really a reanimation spell. We have Out of the Tombs. A bunch of fun things like that. And then we have other classic Marin cards. We also have some, like, big stuff. Ancient Brass Dragon. Beladros. Okay. Junji, Lord of Extinction. Okay. I mean, this is, like, classic Marin. I think this is Protean Hulk without a combo? I don't think there's a combo for this Protean Hulk. I think this is a value Hulk deck, which is kind of funny. It appears Field of the Dead is our only game changer. I don't know if this is meant to be bracket 2. Haywire Might. I think Haywire Might is in here. Perhaps. No. I think they're running the Fungus instead, Insidious Fungus. Anyway, 37 lands when we include MDFCs, which is pretty good. We have 5 MDFCs. Big fan of that. Body Launder is pretty sweet. Okay. Fog Frog. See if there's a Spore Frog in here. There is. Classic Spore Frog. Man, I hate Twitch and Doll. I think this card's doo-doo. It's a 2-mana mana dork. That makes like some dudes. I don't know. Alright, let's... I don't even know where to begin with a list like this. What do we actually like change? What do we actually cut? Yo, what up, LaBelle? It's goated. Don't hate. I mean, I'm not hating on the frog. I just meant like in general. What do we cut from this list? I think Grist is kind of mid if we don't have like insects to trigger it. It doesn't look like we're actually that heavy into reanimators specifically. We also don't have top of the library manipulation, which is where Grist becomes most powerful. Is when you go like Vampiric Tutor, put something on top plus my Grist. It's basically another Entomb. Yeah. When it's in a graveyard, also burst effects. What? Diligent Farmhand. Oh, it just grabs a basic. Grist doesn't belong much, yeah. The other Grist is not a terrible idea, right? Oh, is it already in here? Did I miss it? Oh, it's already in here. I missed it. Grist is mid, you ain't doing shenanigans, yeah. Birthing Pod, this isn't, yeah. We have Birthing Ritual, but yeah, just straight Birthing Pod. I mean, yeah, card's like $20. Blood Chief Ascension. I don't think this needs a Blood Chief Ascension. I actually don't think you're triggering the 2 damage that often. When stuff isn't tagged by interaction rather than card type. Yeah, but not everybody has custom tags. I don't know. Grist is actually solid. Triple. Azamu Swarms Hunger. Oh, Amzu Swarms Hunger. Is that the... This is the new one. Or no, the one for the Clue set or whatever. Man, this card's $20. Golly. Alright, one card that I like in lists like this is I think or one thing that I think we want more of here is I think we want a little bit more self-mill. I'm like seeing a lot of creatures and stuff, but how are we actually getting this crap into our bin? You know what I'm saying? New Sidisi is a good budget replacement. What is that one called? Sidisi. It's not Region of the Mire? Yeah, Sidisi Region of the Mire. Yeah, that's a good one. Honest Rusting? Maybe. Yep. This one's pretty good. Grizzly, Stitcher Supplier, Grizzly Salvage, Tragic Slips. I mean, it's fine. I don't know. It's all right. It's a good enough card. Yeah, stuff like we have Stitcher Supplier, but like, what's some more like repeatable, like good self mill we got here? What's the Aether Drift Artifact Enchantment card that self mills, gains you life? Stuff leaves the graveyard. I have no clue what card you're talking about. Self-mill and some collect evidence or maybe dredge. Yeah, some like dredge stuff could be good. I mean, like honestly, like a Stinkweed Imp is like a classic great card in the deck like this. It's a flying 1/2 that basically has Death Touch. So playing it like is just like a great blocker. You bin it, and then it mills you for 5, you know? Flare of Cultivation. Oh, true. Flare of Cultivation is pretty awesome in a deck like this. Sithis? Isn't that the Selesnya commander? Oh, Golgari does it put in work? Isn't this one that just gives something like -1/-1? When the creature dies, put target creature from your graveyard on top of your library? I mean, I feel like it has less utility than just being a death touch blocker, you know? Colossal Grave Reaver. Colossal Grave. Is this card also expensive? What the hell? What is this? Oh, flying. When this creature enters or attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them on the battlefield. Whoa! That's pretty sweet. Lysid Prowler? When this creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control. Renew, exile this from your bin, put X counters on target creature where X is the number of lands in your graveyard. Film is a sorcery. Isn't that just worse than the one that's like a Splendid Reclamation? What is that thing called again? World Shaper? Yeah, isn't like World Shaper just better than this? I feel like I like World Shaper better. Channel lands, maybe it'll... Oh, they do have the channel lands in here, right? Takanuma and Boseiju. I mean, yeah. Life from the Loam is a pretty sweet addition. And this card has fallen quite a bit in price. It used to be really expensive. Oh, Severus Nightmare Speaker. Oh. This thing? I do actually like this card a lot. You know what? Yeah, good option. Sack a creature or artifact. For each opponent, you mill a card, then return that card to your hand unless they pay 3. It's kind of a win-win in this deck. You don't care if each opponent loses 3 life and you mill 3 cards. Pff, that's fine by you, you know? Rotting Registrar. If you want to, I don't think you want to discard every turn. Aftermath Analyst. Yeah. That's another classic. Good card. If games end in short order, you keep recurring it. Yeah. Lysid powers mill for the number of lands you go. Yeah, I don't think we need to turbo self-mill, is the thing. I think you want lighter self-mill. Does that make sense? Because you don't actually want to like empty our deck and hit a combo, because there's no combo to hit. I think just having like a small amount of things in the bin for value is good, and then you kind of just keep going from there. Is Hermit Druid actually good in this deck? Not really. Or is it? We have 2 basics? 6 basics. And where's the swamps? I mean, it mills a lot, I guess. There's not that many. We can see how good Hermit Druid is right now. Let's give it a test. Yeah, sure, no, keep this. Let's imagine with Hermit Druid. We're gonna mill 1, 2, 3 cards. Let's try again. We activate Hermit Druid. We mill 1 card. Let's activate Hermit Druid. I mill 3 cards. I mean, that's a lot. That's a crazy amount of mill for this Hermit Druid. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Is it worth? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Back to this list. Yeah, Life of the Loam, we're adding that. Flesh Rider, what am I... Now it's a lot because I got rid of 3 basics. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's interesting. You gotta switch to 4-mana creatures and do... You just gotta switch it. Okay. I don't know. I'm inclined to say it's probably fine. We'll see. All right, let's look at what other things we can mess with and change. Buried alive is 3 tombs. It is. I'm surprised there's no buried alive. Okay. The hell's Midnight Reaper? Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, deal 1 damage to you and draw a card. It's pretty good. Could I build a VV deck? I don't know. Maybe I will. I do want to do a deck brewing stream because I want to change some of my lists before I go to MagicCon Vegas. Town Greeter from Final Fantasy. I'm not going to suggest Final Fantasy cards just yet because it'll be hard to get. From the discussion of precons versus blind singles and evaluating price, how should I, as a new player, minimize shipping costs for cards? So that was like one of the biggest things. People were like, "Oh, I don't want to pay $100 in shipping." I don't quite understand where you guys are ordering cards from, where you get $100 in shipping. So you can use Cool Stuff Inc. You can use Card Castle or not Card Kingdom, or TCG Direct, and get like the vast majority of your cards, and then you maybe pay like $4 or $5 in shipping, and then if you need to get a few more, maybe you buy it from 2 of those places, and like shipping usually at worst adds $10 to your list price. I'm not sure. Obviously, this is me in the States. I don't know what like card market's like or what it's like outside the States. So, but like I don't know, just use the services that have a lot of cards, so you don't have to pay $1 billion in shipping from like individual things. It's when TCG Player doesn't optimize the card correctly. Yeah, but on TCG Player, you can. I'm not going to go to TCG right now because it'll have my personal email on the corner. But when you go to TCG Player, you can just filter by TCG Direct. So everything is from TCG Direct, and then you just order it all in one go, and you paid like the $3.99 shipping, and that's it. Like I don't know. It's like obviously, yeah. If you're overseas, you're outside the States, situation's different. I'm not super familiar, you know. Yeah, see, it's usually about $10. You have experience with Card Trader? Zero. I've never used Card Trader, so I did. I think was it Tomer from MTG Goldfish sent me a little screenshot. There is someone on Card Trader called the Trinket Mage who sells cards. That's not me. That's like some random German guy. Or Card Market, maybe? I forget which one it was on. Okay, sorry. A little side tangent there about the recent video. I just move. Yeah, just move. Side tangent about the recent video. I have another video coming up talking about buying cards, and I will go into detail about shipping costs when some of my cards that I'm waiting on arrive. Anyway, let's get back to this list real quick before we get... card market is pretty good in Europe. You can filter for your country. Oh, okay. That's neat. Is Haywire Might significantly better than the Fungus? Because it fills the same role, right? Just see if the same seller has the... Yeah, exactly. Because, like, on TCG Player, it's going to be like, here's the cheapest version. And it'll be like, this is 10 cents instead of 11 cents. Whereas, like, yes, technically it is cheaper to buy the 10-cent one than the 11-cent one. But if the 11-cent one is from the same seller and you don't have to pay any extra shipping, it's worth doing that. Another one of these spam bots. Get out of my Twitch chat. No, you're good. I mean, oops, these live streams are for you guys to like ask me random questions. So, sorry, let me go back to this list. Why not play both? I mean, like, you know, you're not wrong. We could also just play Haywire Might too. I want to find some cuts. I have a question for chat. Is Massacre Girl a good Magic card? I've literally never seen anyone kill anything they want with this card. Like I feel like this never kills anything that I want it to kill. I think this card sucks. Yeah, optimizing your card twice on TCG Player usually does the trick. Or I just use like I regularly use Cool Stuff Inc. and Card Kingdom, so like you can just use that as well. I think we're not aristocratsy enough for this. I think we actually want our creatures in play. We're not an aristocrats deck, so I'm cutting this. Massacre Girl is good if you can consistently have a couple of 1/1s. That's what I feel like, and I feel like we're not doing that here. This is going to sound weird, but I actually think is Carrion Feeder part of a combo that I'm missing? We have Machaeus. Do we have a persist creature to go infinite? Is there a combo here that I'm missing? I have no clue if they have a combo in this list. So if you're wondering what I'm looking for here, it's Protean Hulk. When you kill it, you search for total mana value 6 or less of creatures, and you just throw it into play. So what you can do is you could grab Machaeus, and there's like a few other creatures. So just Machaeus plus Walking Ballista. Just Machaeus plus Walking Ballista is basically infinite. I don't know why it's this version. Is there a cheaper? What's a cheap printing of this thing? It is infinite because it gives you other non-humans +1/+1 and Undying. So it comes in as a 0/0. It dies, but it has Undying. Comes back the counter. You can remove the counter to ping someone, and then it dies, and so on and so forth. Having ways to sack for Marin is just good. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think Massacre Girl just might be bad. I'm just wondering what the point of this Machaeus is. Are we trying to, like, do a combo? I kind of don't like this Machaeus on the list, to be honest. If we're not comboing with it, if this is just an actual value Protean Hulk, I'm not a fan of it. Because it's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's border wipe protection. I don't know. I think it just eats removal and dies. Infinite death triggers, but just Machaeus and Ballista doesn't kill the table. Oh yeah, sorry, yes, because the Ballista has to ping itself. Yeah, because it gets +1/+1 from Machaeus. You need a sack outlet as well. So with the Carrion Feeder as well, you then ping someone, you sack the Ballista. I don't like having like these big like 6-drops that just like kind of do nothing. And it's like almost a combo with the Protean Hulk, but it's like not. I don't know. It just bothers me. I also hate Twitching Doll. I think this card sucks. It's slow. It's dirt. It's like the worst top deck. We have too many ads, I think. There's honestly like not that much to trim from this list because it's mostly like pretty good cards. You can do something with him in Yogg. I don't know about Infinite. I mean, it's not Infinite because you'll lose life. If you had two persist or undying, if 2 undying creatures in Yogg and draw your whole deck, or as much as you have life, I don't. I don't know what the, but you can't. It's not a clean get off of the Protean Hulk. I just don't get what the Protean Hulk is in here for. This deck confuses me because it's like almost a combo deck, but like not for some reason. Anyway, let's cut a couple of other random doodads. Flare's like fine in this list, but I like that it's all creatures that do the ramping. So is Insidious Roots. Yeah, that could work too. Old Rustine is a nice addition. Yeah, we got him in here. Or you mean Honest Rustine? Birthing Pod's like $20. I don't really, I usually don't recommend cards over $10. We'll cut those. Gitrog Ravenous Ride is not here. I think you want that in the command zone. I think you really want to build around him a bit more. Let's trim back on a few of these. This card's also over $10. No, Old Rustine. Old Rustine. Oh, this guy's so slow. I mean, it's a fine card. I just think he's really slow. Pudding seems like a cheap reanimation effect when it dies. I mean, it kind of is. It just, yeah. I don't know. If that's there for that, I guess it's fine. Second looks like it's confused on whether or not it's a reanimator or aristocrats. A lot of decks end up being like that, where they're like they can't decide if they're reanimator or aristocrats, and then they kind of end up being like half and half, and they sort of falter because of that. Insidious Roots, it's too slow in this deck. You're gonna trigger it like once a turn. I don't think Insidious Roots is like gonna be like a huge crazy thing in this deck. I think we're only triggering it like a few times. Is there a Patron in here? Combo with the Hulk? I don't know if it wants to be a combo deck. If they want it to be a combo deck, they can. Like, if you're watching this VOD, because I reviewed your deck, and you're like, oh, I want this to be a combo deck, then, like, yeah, you should be adding, like, Walking Ballista in here, and Hepatra, and doing all those combo things. But I'm going to assume that they didn't add all of those because they don't want it to be a combo deck. Maybe Stinky Dip is a little slow as well. If we're not looking for anything specific, I actually don't know if we want Buried Alive. Right, because there's a triple Entomb, but we're not, again, it's not a combo deck. We're not looking for something in specific. We just want to self-mill and have value, and then reanimate whatever's in there. I don't think it matters too much if it's Betelgeuse over Ancient Brass Dragon. Why is Yogg in here? I mean, honestly, he draws cards. That's the thing. Is it does draw cards. It's like, is it worth cutting because it draws a card? Old Stick Fingers? Yeah, Old Stick Fingers is in here. Starting back to self-build, yeah. Stick Fingers is in here, he's good. I almost never like recommending cutting card draw, because card draw is the most important, most busted, best thing you could possibly do in EDH is draw cards. So I like pretty much never recommend cutting card draw. I know it's good. I just want to cut Haywire Might because I think we have other options that do the same thing. Darkstar Augur, that's bold. Darkstar Augur with 8 drops in the deck is bold. I like that. But no. I think these are my changes. Honestly, I wish I had a bit more direction for what this deck is like supposed to be. This deck is combo goon. I mean, kind of. It's like almost a combo deck, but like not quite. I wish I had a little bit more info on like the direction of this list. But I think these are my changes. Just more like self-mill. I not having like any self-mill or very minimal felt weird in this deck. Alright. Alright. Let's move on to Izzet Burn by Boogzilla. Oh, Yawgmoth proliferates loyalty counters. That is true. Yeah. Okay, Greetings Starn. Yo, what up, Kyoji? So this is a pingers commander. Whenever something pings exactly 1, Starn does 2 damage to them, so you amplify the power of your pings. And then you play Curiosity effects and Ophidian Eye, and you draw cards for it. It's actually really powerful once you get things going. A buddy of mine has one of these lists and actually played it against me recently, and he had a card that was like really good for the list. It was it's a blue-red adventure spell. Oh, that's a type, isn't it? I can search for adventure. Yeah. What? Ah, here we go. Scalding Viper. Yeah, this card is great. Oh, was it already in here? Did I just miss it? Am I stupid? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, perfect. Here's a couple of other fun suggestions. Charisma. So how many have mana barbs in there? Oh yeah, there's mana barbs in here. Charisma is really funny to put on like pinging creatures. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to a creature, you control that creature as long as Charisma remains in play. So any of your guys that like pings to deal a damage to anything, so like I don't know, Niv Mizzet. You draw a bunch of cards, Niv Mizzet just steals creatures. Is it Patron Review Day? It is Patron Deck Review Day, yeah. This is the last batch for April. Just clearing that out. What else is good in a ping deck like this? So I'm not a huge fan of things like Lava Dart in this deck because you want things that are it doesn't draw a card without the Curiosity effect in play. So you would rather have card draw that gets you to the Curiosity effect. Because once you have the Curiosity effect, you should be full on cards. I actually think that it's like good enough that you would even want tutors for it, like Dizzy Spell. Charmbreaker Devils. It's the 6-drop? Beginning of your upkeep, return instant or sorcery at random from your graveyard to your hand. No, I don't think this is necessary. 8 mana rocks with 36 to 37 lands seems a bit low. It is a tad low, but the curve is also really low. Like, average mana value of 2.35 is like nothing. Would it be nice to play something like Dig Through Time? Yeah, honestly, this is like a decent Dig Through Time list. I feel like we'll have a lot of things in the bin. It's not awful for Dig Through Time. I hate that it like doesn't grab the prices because it's Repercussion is really funny. Yeah, so whenever a creature is dealt damage, deals that much to each player. Although what I'm looking at here is there's a lot of these that actually already deal damage to just the opponents. I don't think we're hitting the creatures as much. What's the CDH deck that can play the lowest possible amount of lands? There is no landless commander, but like, I don't know, most CDH decks are already on like 25 lands or something. Abrade, just classic Abrade. Actually, I don't hate that. End the festivities. You know what is a interesting addition to this deck is Krark the Thumbless. So Krark, whenever you cast an instant sorcery, you like flip, and then you either copy it or it goes to hand. A lot of these say when you cast, blah blah blah, it does stuff. So what you do is you go like, all right, pay 2 life, gut shot, flip a coin for Krark. Either you copy the gut shot, in which case, whatever, you just double gut shotted with the curiosity, you drew a ton of cards, or it goes back to hand, and then you cast it again, and it triggers all your stuff again. I mean, eventually we're gonna get enough MDFCs to not to not have to play any like real lands. Rogsai runs 22 to 23. Yeah, Rogsai is pretty low on lands. I had a friend play a SRAM Storm deck that I think had like 20 lands in it or something. It's funny. It got to the point where we had to cut Mox Diamond because he didn't have enough lands to like use it. How does Malcolm Keen-Eyed work with Greason? Is Malcolm in this deck? Malcolm Keen-Eyed? Whenever one or more pirates deals damage to your opponents, it doesn't do anything. Oh, any of the deals single damage lands? Right, there's a desert, right? What is that desert called? Oh, do they already have it? They already have it. Yeah, Exalted Flamer's already in here. Treasure Cruise? I don't hate Treasure Cruise either. But we'll see. Here's the thing, is like, I'm looking at these, and it's like, okay. A lot of these don't actually sit in your yard. These are enchantments. I don't know. What's the other version of Mana Barbs that's only for, like, non-basics? Oh, I forget what it's called. Is it Burning Earth? It is Burning Earth. Yo, I'm a genius. Yeah, it says Pirates. Izzet Boilerworks, your favorite bad card? You think of the synergy with Boilerworks here. You can Eroded Canyon, and the next turn Boilerworks, Eroded Canyon again. Is Circle of Flame worth running here? Whenever a creature without flying attacks you or planeswalker you control to that creature, meh on that card. Okay. What are we cutting? What do we actually like? What do we actually axe from this list? And look at this. This person's actually correctly using Reliquary Tower. This is actually a deck that will regularly have like 10 cards in hand, or 15. Is Electrickery worth it? Oh no. What is it? Which card? Battle Strain? What is Battle Strain? I don't think I've even heard of this card. Whenever a creature blocks, deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. It's kind of funny, but we're not attacking that much. I don't know how much we're blocking. Case of the Ransacked Lab. We don't actually. There's only 11 instants, 11 sorceries, and some of these are counter spells, so I actually don't know how good that is. Shocking Sharpshooter, Motivated Duelist. I don't think we need more pinging effects. I don't think that's necessary. I think we need to cut some stuff for more like card drawn utility. Yeah, are you asking if Electrolyze is worth it? I don't think so. It's like it's a cantrip that's got 2 pings. I know it's like 2 bolts in this deck, but I don't know. I actually want to cut this. It literally is just like a couple of jump blockers. It's not going to do that much. Whenever ability activates that isn't a land, Shaman deals 1 damage to that player. That's not going to ping that often. How many counter spells is the right amount? That depends on your deck. Like, I know this isn't like a good answer, but like, whenever people ask me, whenever people ask me like, how many, counter spells should I run? How many card draw spells should I run? Blah 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 blah. All that is like depending on what your deck is, like how much like damage, how much card draw you have, how many things you need. Scrawling Crawler, that one gives other people card draw. The deck had red to send to Avernus? No. Go up on the instant count. Electrickery? I don't... Maybe. The monk would deal 3 damage with the commander out. That's so... It's for chump blockers, though. I don't think we care about attacking. It's not like we have ways to get these things to get through, 99 counter spells is the wrong amount. Everything else is a groovy. Yeah. Just dreaming of Grease and Star where I make as many copies of Inferno Titan. Inferno Titan is a sweet card. Maybe we do on Electrickery. Maybe we just do 1 more instance of sorceries. Oh. That's not the card I was thinking of. Goblin Dimension doesn't do a lot. I agree, actually. Because a lot of these are 1-drops anyway. It literally does nothing for, like, Needle Drop and Gut Shot and Electric... I guess it does for this. And Dual Shot, What do you think about Barbed Wire? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, does 1 damage to that player prevent... that's not worth it. Yeah, if you're like, I just want a counterspell to defend my win con or whatever, like, yeah, you don't need a whole lot. But, like, yeah, it's playstyle dependent, relies on the deck. Caltrops is, like, fine in this deck. As soon as somebody said Barbed Wire, I was thinking of Caltrops. Because you don't really want to be attacking. But without your commander in play, this thing is so doo-doo. And your commander is like a magnet for removal already. Sigil Steep's kind of in this deck. It's really powerful. Like, I feel like late game, if you get it on a Niv, you just win, right? What are some of the good split spells, Jonathan? Barbed Wire would actually hurt you. Yes, this is correct. Keep watch. I mean, it's funny. It's kind of like a meta call, Russia. Oh, I do like this as just like a random MDFC to add, but like, it's definitely not necessary. Yeah, I mean, running a Swiftfoot and Greaves is not a terrible idea if you really care about your commander. Oops, get out of here. Let's find a few more cuts, to be honest. Well, Catapult is fine, I guess. Man, a lot of these are so redundant. Rush of Inspiration is really good. Durley Cantrip. Yeah, it's a great card. All those MDFCs are like super strong. I actually think this might not be a Snapcaster deck. I think Snapcaster might rot in your hand a little bit. Because beyond your counter spells, there's not a whole lot they actually want to be like reusing. Gutter Snipe is a little awkward because it actually is the worst one with your commander in play, which is funny. Exotic Orchard in a 2-color? Yeah, Exotic Orchard in a 2-color deck is fine. It'll like usually tap for one of your colors. I think it's alright. Felvar Stone, if they're not running the Talisman. Maybe. Do you avoid suggesting Final Fantasy cards until the set is out? Yes. Yeah. I don't want to add Final Fantasy cards until the set is out because I don't like recommending cards that are like more than $10, and I don't know what the price is going to be on these. Hydraulic Specimen. Oh yeah. This one's good. Fire Ice, eh. Is this deck now running Burgy? No, it's not really that much of a Storm deck. I'm pretty... The way this deck plays, right, is you're going to go... Turn 1, play my, like... I guess nothing. Turn 2, play this guy. Turn 3, play this guy. Turn 4, play my dude. I'm holding up, offer you can't refuse. Put a Curiosity effect on this, draw, and then win in one go, right? I don't think you need it. Is this afternoon too heavy? I like that it zaps creatures and it draws. It's like a good late game kind of card. I don't know. It might be a bit slow in this deck. I really like the card though. Basilisk Color, remaining. I mean the lifelink is relevant because you're gonna be attacked a lot in this deck. Oh, Untimely is actually probably better than a Braid, right? Untimely Malfunction, right? This is the... Yeah. I think it is probably better than a Braid in this deck. I think we're not hitting creatures enough for Repercussion. I think those are good. We're not hitting creatures that much, so maybe Charisma's not a good ad either. Saffonin is classic enough to be a pet card. That is true. I do try to avoid, if I think something's a pet card, I try to avoid cutting it. What is this one? Awaken? Okay. Crafted Exoskeleton? I think that's a bit win more, because I think you're going to... This deck will probably kill fast enough. Any tips for the SIG deck, like playing it? You're going to need to make a lot of political deals. Because the deck is slow. It needs time. Your opinion on lock and load in this list? I don't know what that card does. Lock and load. Oh my god, it's already like 3:30. Draw a card, then draw a card for each other. Not necessarily. I think when you get the point... Well, I didn't mean to close that. when you get to the point where you're drawing a lot of cards like that, the game's over. Maybe Dizzy Spell's too slow. Alright, I think these are my changes. When's the next Patron submission? You can submit like throughout like the whole month technically. You can submit up until the last day of the month. I'll put a post for the May submission soon. Just been a busy week for me because I have to. Oh my god, we did 3 lists in like an hour. Holy cow, we're not even close. Crap, this is taking way too long. Oh man, we all have to finish this up another day. Yeah, I have to. Yusuf is gone out of town, so I have to edit the podcast this week, which is taking a lot of time. Repercussion, it was there on the thing, and then I kind of went back on it because there's actually not that many like creatures that can hit other creatures, so it's only if they have a board and you have Repercussion out and you have one of the spells that does stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of whatever. Yeah, this is premium tuning. I'm spending way more on these decks than I intended. This was meant to be like more of a quick, like, let's find a couple of changes. But I spent way more time thinking about these decks than I had anticipated. Okay. Tormod plus the Ghostly Boy. Can't be blocked by a creature with toughness 3 or greater. Cool. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, choose up to 1 target card in a graveyard that was discarded or put them from a library this turn. Put it into their owner's hand. Cool. I see Tortured Existence, Terrell's Judgment, Ripples of Undeath, Oversold Cemetery, Archfiend of Ifnir, Bone Miser. I see we are self-discarding and cycling. Dizzy Spell is sweet. This is going to be a quick one because this deck is awesome. Like, what? I don't want to make any changes to this list. The hell? This deck is sweet. 7 MDFCs? Oh my goodness. Oh, this deck looks good. This looks like a sweet deck. Oh, man. Whenever creature control dies, put a corpse counter on this. Sacrifice an artifact. Create a Zambino for each corpse counter on it. Cool. Put the frog in it. I think it already has second frog, yeah. Homie is the worst enemy in terms of time management. Yes. Time management is like a huge problem for me. Could use a Mesmeric Orb. Is this $20 card? Ugh. Problem with doing tuning with an audience is like 10 minutes of looking at the list, questions, couple of cards, then you muse on what to change. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys are distracted, but it's like, I don't know, I'm having fun doing this. It's just, I got so much editing to do. This is sweet. This is a Gem Palm Polluter deck. You cycle a Gem Palm Polluter, and then like Tortured Existence back to hand, cycle Gem Palm Polluter, and just like kill players with it. This is good. Damn. Yo, what up, Quips and Walk? Somebody leave the battlefield. Yeah. How's it going? Bitter Triumph is a bit like... Nah, I mean, we have to discard a card, which isn't a bad issue. Damn, this deck is good. This deck's, like, actually legit really good. I don't know how to... I don't even know what to say. Can't fault the style points of killing with Gem Palm. I know, it's sweet, right? Elk's list? Oh, I mean, this looks like an Elk-esque list. Glacial Chasm... I don't think it's necessary in this list. Oh, good night, LaBelle. Oh, you're in Italy. That's cool. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna say Dino DNA. Oh man, it's like... I don't like recommending cards that's expensive, but... You can exile a thing from the bin, which triggers Tormod if you exile your own stuff, and then you can pay 6 to make a copy of it, and you can just, like, make copies of, like, Bone Misers and have multiple of them, which is crazy. Or multiple Archfiend of Ifnirs. Basalt Monolith plus Mesmeric Orb. That is funny. That is pretty funny. But then you just... That's like a combo deck, you know? A Corpse Churn. Military cards, you may return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. Seems kind of meh. Curate instead of Thought Scour. Surveil 2, draw a card. Nah, that's like not better than Thought Scour. Living Death? Not a horrible idea for a Living Death here. Is it? Are we winning with a Living Death? I don't think we win with a Living Death. I think that probably hurts us. Dino DNA is really good distraction for this deck. Maybe it's a little too win more. You're probably right. Man, I have no clue what to add. Like, this is legit so difficult. Everything here is just phenomenal for the list. It's kind of perfect. Cryptobreaker and Relentless Net are here. Good here. Discard a card, make a Zambino, tap 3 on tap zombies, draw a card. Actually, yeah, Cryptobreaker's nice here. You're thinking of, oh, Otherworldly Gaze. Yeah, but that doesn't draw cards. I don't like that card very much. Spellgeyer. Counter target spell or Surveil 2, draw 2 cards. It does look like this list does hold up a bit of mana. Oh, Grave Scrabbler is the card I think of. Okay, I like Grave Scrabbler on this list. So it has Madness for 2, so it's really good at Tortured Existence. You get something back, and then you Madness this in, and then you get another thing back, which is kind of cool. Harvester of Misery. Enters the battlefield, other creature get -2/-2 until end of turn. Discard it. Target is -2/-2. Yeah, maybe. Can I not say... My bad. Lockmere Serpent. What the hell is a Lockmere Serpent? Flash... Can't block, sack a swamp, gain a draw card, exile 5 cards from an opponent's graveyard, graveyard to hand. Oh, yeah, this card's cool. Yo, what up? T-Tech? 1-2? Okay, these are good ads. I like these. I'm actually kind of... I don't like Harvester Mystery that much. Doesn't say channel, but it's channel. I know it's channel, but it's like, it's just -2/-2 to one thing, right? That's so... eh. She's a one-target creature that player's graveyard put this on the battlefield. Do you control those zombies in addition to the other types? Sure. Oh, you liked my precon video? Thank you. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. Soulquake. That was Soulquake. Oh, it's one word. Excuse me. Return all creatures in play and all creatures in all graveyards to their owners. Well, this is a really funny card. I think it's a bit slow, but that's cool. I like that. What else are we looking at here? Miscalculation. That's only an extra. I know it has cycling, but only an extra 2 is like kind of jank. How good is Undead Butler in this list? You mill 3 when it dies. You may exile it if you do return a creature. It's like, it's alright, I guess. I love Mirror Shell Crab here. Master of Death, Ender Surveil 2 at the beginning of your upkeep. If it's in your graveyard, you may pay a life, return to your hand. Kind of like that. This Malcolm is like, you're not getting anything out of this, right? Right? It's going to be like way too slow. I've never actually seen anyone get the thing off. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. You gain life equal to the number of cards you discarded this turn as jumpstart. Finding the third path. It has Read Ahead. You may cast an instant sorcery spell mana value 1 or 2 without paying its mana cost. Okay. Target player mills 4, exile target instant sorcery for a grave a copy, you may cast the copy. There's nothing that good to get off of it. A Sky Turtle would be great in this list, but sadly, yeah, it doesn't work. I have a buddy who has a Tormod Thrasios list that's kind of like this. Necropotence. I think this is meant to be bracket 2, so I'm not going to add any game changers. But yeah, Necropotence is crazy with Tormod. Malcolm is a great flash looter. It's when he deals damage. It's not like instant speed looting. The extra stuff is gravy. I don't know. I think it's kind of mid. I also think the hottest ploy is kind of whatever. I think these are my cuts. This list is really sweet, honestly. Yeah, Necropotence is a game changer, so I'm not adding it. This list is really sweet. So honestly, really small changes. Just Corpse Churn, Dahada's Ploy, Malcolm, Miscalculation for Spellguire, Lockmere Serpent, Grave Scrabbler, Cryptbreaker. But honestly, like, this list is a really good list. This looks awesome. We did 4 out of the like 12 that I needed to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I got time for like one more. I guess I got to finish the rest of them later. Gossip's Talent. I feel like people keep recommending this card, and I never add it to anything. When a creature enters, you surveil 1. Whenever you attack, or it can't be blocked. Whenever a creature controls deals combination play, you exile it. They return to the battlefield. We're not getting any use out of the third mode, so. Off topic, what am I gonna do? When am I gonna do the deck revamping stream? Oh, I don't know. I was gonna do it this weekend, and then I realized it's my buddy's birthday this weekend. I thought it was next weekend, so I don't know. I guess next week sometime. I probably won't stream the rest of this week, but I'll stream the rest of these deck changes sometime next week, and then continue on with that. Can I explain why Necropotence is good? So Necropotence, a lot of people don't know this. So, I mean, obviously it's good because it like draws a lot of cards, but there is this other mode. Whenever you discard a card, exile it from your graveyard. Um, with Tormod, you can get like a bunch of extra triggers, and there's things because this is a trigger that goes on the stack. You can respond to it. So if there's something you really don't want and you have the tortured existence, so let's say you torture existence for something, it triggers necropones. You can actually just torture existence something else and keep the thing that you really want. So it's like sometimes a non-bow, but oftentimes you can actually get around it. But it also just makes a lot of zombies and lets you push for a win. When a creature enters and it surveils one, yeah, it's pretty good. I just don't know if it's like super necessary. They have the other dog thing that does that, and I think on a creature it's a little bit better. Okay, let's move on to Quarth's Baba Lasagalis. So this is this commander's awesome. You tap, sack up to 3 permanents. If there were 3 or more card types among the sacrificed things, each opponent loses 3 life. You gain 3 life. Draw 3 cards. So the best cards in this deck are actually not here. Is it because this is a budget list? This is a budget list. Okay. Yeah, right. I forgot. They're trying to keep this like super budget. So the best cards for this deck is like Blink Moth Nexus, because when you turn it into a creature, it becomes a creature artifact and it remains a land. So you can just sacrifice one thing to Baba Lysaga, which is pretty sweet. Having a friend's birthday on Memorial Day weekend must suck. I mean, yeah, it's alright. So we're playing a bunch of things. We want to sacrifice stuff. And I guess keep in mind, we're trying to keep this really budget. I think it's like $20 was the budget for this, I remember. So now we gotta think. Yeah, Rendemaw is cool, but is it within budget? 58 cents, maybe. I do like Rendemaw on this list. Free bird is a free sack. Dockside Chef is really good in this list. I like Dockside Chef. It's already in here. Yeah, because he's an enchantment creature. I don't know why he's an enchantment creature. It's just like, it's a guy who makes ramen. The hell's Crime of the Night? Oh, interesting. Ranger's Guile, Drag to the Roots. Many partings languish. They went this way. Search for basic land, put on the battlefield, tap, search, then investigate. Okay. What's another type we can sacrifice? I guess Planeswalker. There's not many good options. Dockside isn't that bad? Yeah. The ramen is spooky. Yeah, I get that the ramen is spooky, but like, how does that make you an enchantment? Liquid metal coating is kind of weird in this list. You can turn, I guess you can turn like your enchantment creatures into artifact enchantment creatures. It's kind of neat. Oh, I see what you're trying to do there, T-Tech 112, but I have nothing set up on Twitch, so it doesn't link to my Patreon. I think there's a link in the description of the stream, or it's just patreon.com/trinketmage. Delirium something. Hold up. What do I think of Volrath's Dungeon, like in this deck? Volrath's Dungeon. Pay 5 life, destroy this enchantment. Any player may activate this during their... Okay, epic. Discard a card. Target player puts a card from their hand on top of their library. This is a funny card. I don't think it's good in this deck, but this is a really goofy card. The chef is a ghost. He's from Kamigawa. Yeah, I guess so. You say that Aristocrats is boring, but isn't Baubles an Aristocrat style deck? I don't know, kinda. It depends. My current list is kind of aristocratsy, but I built other ones that are not. Arista of the Endless Web. Yeah, that card is good. Does it make enchantment creatures? It just makes regular creatures, but it is an enchantment creature by itself, which is really good. I actually really love this edition. What is this deck like missing though? Like what are we actually missing here? Are we missing anything? Our curve is super low. Holy cow, 2.13. I think in a lot of these budget decks, the thing that I always feel like is missing is usually card draw, but we got card draw in the command zone. These things flip into enchantment creatures, right? Yeah. Now, is this a living death angle? Might be out of budget. 169 is probably too high for a $20 budget. Dread Return? I don't think... There's nothing we want to reanimate. So what I'm worried about in this list is actually, like, winning the game. Because, like, what I'm looking at here is, like, okay, yeah, we can get our reassembling skeleton out and sacrifice our artifact creature or whatever to, like, activate Baba Zaga or some crap. But it also... How are we winning? Like, what is our win con? Like, what are we doing? Baba, yes, I know Baba, like, drains for 3 or whatever, but, like I'm at a real win condition. Demon of Fate. Demon of Fate's design. Once on each of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life into its... Okay. Sacrifice another enchantment, gets +X+O, exit the sacrifice enchantment's mana value. Okay, I think we're kind of cooking. Cheap artifact generators like Food of Blood tokens. Yeah, I mean, we definitely want some more of those, maybe. I do kind of want maybe some, like, more land recursion. So we can sacrifice lands? I don't know. Oh, have fun, Voxel. Paradise Druid is just a dork. Tough Cookie's an artifact creature. And it's about if you may search a level for a land. Put in your hand. Whatever lands put into your graveyard from will gain a life. Sure. What's a recursive artifact creature? Like, what's an artifact creature we can be getting back? World Shaper? World Shaper's like $3. It's probably too out of budget. Weather Seed Treaty. Search a for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, make a dude. Target creature goes +X+X travel and turn X the number of basic land types among. Sure. Ordeal? Ordeal of what? Should I check World Shaper? Is it like $3? It's like $2. No, $4. World Shaper's almost $5. Yeah, it's too out of budget. That's more than 1/4 of this deck's budget. I think we just need, like, an overrun. Like, am I crazy in saying that, like, we just need something to, like, win the game? There's a Scarecrow that gains Undying if you control black. Oh, that one's... yeah. That's... Did I spell this wrong? Oh no, it has persist as long as you control a black creature. It's a 6-drop though. This card's terrible. Holy cow. Ozark. What? Yeah, it's persist, right? Razor Lash, Transmogrant, Razor Lash. Oh, that's in the list already, I think. Yeah. That's in the list already. Spreading Algae is kind of funny. Rancor's kind of funny. I feel like baked into a pie is very flavorful here and budget and makes a food. Yeah, I think we just need to cut some of the slow cards that are like one type for some win cons. Ozok Clattering? So Spreading Algae is just a cool card. This Skeleton Noble can't block when it dies. Create Jumble Bones. They didn't make a Jumble Bones token. A 2/1 can't block when Jumble Bones leaves. Oh, I kind of like that actually. That's cool. That's like a very nice, slow, kind of grindy value engine. That's pretty sweet. Oh, you joined the Patreon. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Aspect of Mongoose comes back like Rancor. Oh, does it? But it's like a buck. It's a little on the expensive side for this list. Where do you find the Discord? Oh, so you need it on Patreon. Go to your settings, and then there's gonna be a thing that says link account, and you have to link the two accounts, and then it'll send you there. Worthy Sacrifice, Eaten Alive, Final Vengeance. I don't see Worthy Sacrifice, but this is all like, these are all good suggestions, but what I'm looking for is like ways to actually like win the game. I want to turn the clock. We need to like actually win at some point. Artifact creatures being such a common thing, it's still not great for hitting that third non-land type. I think we're making a lot of artifacts and we have enchantment creature. I don't know. Do you have to do it from the Patreon site to join the Discord? Yeah, on Patreon you're gonna link your account. What about the Ordeal auras from Theros? Ordeal. These are fine. But I want things that win the game. That's what I'm looking for. Sting to untap Baba every turn. What? What card is this? Sting? Oh, this at the beginning of each combat, untap this creature? Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that I want. I mean, that's really resource intensive, so that's like a maybe, but... oh yeah, Mishra's Factory is all 3 types. That card's like 10 cents. Endraze Forerunners, Endraze. Yes. This is like what we need. We need this like actually. Otherwise, this deck literally can't win outside of Baba Lysaga taps. It's gonna take like a billion turns. That was Sea Devils. Make a salamander. Make a salamander. Tell the turnover salamander deals damage. Does that much shit. This sucks. I know it's 2 types for Baba Lysaga, but that sucks. If a Bomba deck, you don't care about how many resources you have overall. You draw more stuff than play. Yeah, I do agree with that. But with Sting, if you're gonna untap and use Baba each turn or on each player's turn, that's a lot of resources to have in play all at once to actually make a full turn cycle. You know what I'm saying? Seraph that gives hexproof to tapped creatures. That's actually not a horrible idea either. I do kind of like that. If you draw your third card for the turn, amass 3. Yeah, this is like so win more. Doesn't do anything without the commander. Eluge the Shoreless Seas. It is a neat commander, yeah. Yo, thank you, Matthew, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Demolisher spawn? Demolisher. This thing. Trample, Haste, Delirium. When this creature attacks, if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, other time. Oh, wait, yeah. This is sweet. It's super cheap, too. Let me get rid of this thing. I know it's an enchantment creature. This is also an enchantment creature. That's actually so good for the list. There's a few artifact creatures that make more artifact creatures when they die. That's true. Are there any like good ones that are budget friendly? I think this is just kind of okay. This is probably good. Did you? Sanguine Indulgence. Sanguine Indulgence. Yeah. Let's find a few more cuts here. Start out for basic, put in your hand, make a food, yeah. Agent of the Iron Throne. I don't like cards that don't do anything without your commander in play. Where's that mirror that makes a mirror when it dies? What mirror is it? Knight of Sweet's Revenge, if you want to make food. Enters, you make a food. Foods, tap. Oh, I like this. This is good. It's like a finisher too. That's pretty sweet. Try to land for grave to the battlefield. Mirror Sire. Oh, I think this is in the list, actually. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. This card's kind of whatever. Have you tried with sacrificing lands too? Maybe playing some recursion? A lot of the land recursive stuff is a bit expensive, and this is like a $20 budget list. Yeah, no, it's like a pretty low budget deck. And there's Battlefield with Charter Partner gives your hand. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I need to find like one more cut. What's something else that's like kind of in the list? Maybe Crime of Night. It really doesn't do anything without your commander. Perennial Behemoth. Perennial Behemoth is great in this list, right? It's an artifact creature and lets you get lands back. It's pretty good. And it has Unearth, so you can sack it twice. Okay, I think these are the cuts. A lot of just the kind of like slower cards, and then one additional basic for the Mishra's Factory. And then just adding in some like power. Like I feel like this deck can't win games because it doesn't do anything. And then maybe a bit more token generation. Aftermath Analyst is 288. I think 288 is like we're adding 198, and that almost puts us over budget. If I cut one of these for a card that's $2.88, that's like not gonna work. I'm not cutting a land. Brackets and budgets have nothing to do with each other. Yeah, it's not a bracket. I mean, it is a bracket 2 deck, but this is also a budget list, which is something else. Surface schematics here. Yeah, that one's in here. It's good. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I got 6 more. I spent a lot more time on those first 3 than I had intended. I'm gonna finish these up later. I'm gonna get back to editing. Yeah. You mostly end the game with the commander. It's so slow. It's so abysmally slow. Like that only happens in long games. If your win condition is something that takes like 20 turns to get to, then like unless everyone else's deck is that slow, it's like not gonna make it. How do you get on this list? For the level 2 and like level tier 2 and tier 3 patrons, I put a post. I make like a thread and then I ping them, and then you just put your list in the thread. It's all in the Discord. I haven't posted for May yet. This is just catch up from April. Yeah. So I'll ping in the Discord for that. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll finish this up probably next week. Yeah. And then a deck brewing stream sometime next week as well, probably. Yeah. I'll be trying to stream more, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'll try to stream more regularly. If you're on Twitch, I appreciate everybody who followed and subbed. If you're on YouTube, I appreciate everybody who's checking out the stream. Yeah, that's all really. Oh, I guess you can be if you're on YouTube, you can be a channel member if you want emotes. I can't make those free, so they're 99 cents.